Hey everyone, and welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're going to be diving into something pretty cool, OpenAI, and what it can do for all you small businesses and freelancers out there.
Yeah, that's right. We'll be looking at how OpenAI is developing all these really powerful AI tools that can seriously boost your productivity and creativity.
So it's like having a virtual team of experts just like at your fingertips.
Yeah, ready to help you with everything from writing marketing copy to designing graphics to analyzing all your customer data.
Okay, so OpenAI is doing a ton of research. Where should we even begin?
Well, one of the most exciting things I think is their work in text-based AI, particularly with language models.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
there's AI systems that can understand and generate human language.
So almost like having a superpowered writing assistant.
Yeah, pretty much like on call 24/7.
Wow. Okay, so how does that actually work for like a busy freelancer?
Okay, so let's say you're a writer, right? And you're constantly struggling to find enough time to get all your work done.
Yeah.
Well, with OpenAI's GPT-3, you could literally have the AI generate high quality blog posts, articles, even website copy for you.
Really?
It can even help you write those social media posts that always seem to take forever.
So it's like having an AI co-writer to take some of the workload off?
Exactly.
That would be a dream come true for so many people I know, but
Yeah.
can it actually write well enough to use?
You'd be surprised. With the right guidance and prompting, GPT-3 can produce some really impressive results.
Huh.
It's all about learning how to work with the AI and give it clear instructions.
I think
Think of it as training a very eager and capable intern.
that's a great analogy. So it's not about replacing human creativity, but enhancing it.
Exactly. It's about giving you the tools to be more productive and focus on the stuff you enjoy the most.
Okay.
Let's say you run a small e-commerce store, right?
Uh-huh.
You could use GPT-3 to create personalized email campaigns for your customers, tailoring the messages based on their purchase history.
So that kind of like really specific personalization,
Yeah, that can really boost sales, but it takes a lot of time to do manually.
that makes a lot of sense. And I can see how that same principle could apply to other marketing tasks.
Exactly.
Instead of spending hours on individual social media posts,
Yeah,
you could have the AI generate like a week's worth of content in minutes.
precisely.
Right.
And because OpenAI is always improving their language models, the quality just keeps getting better over time.
Wow.
Another area where these AI tools can help is in customer service.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine having an AI chatbot that can handle basic customer inquiries like order tracking or answering FAQs.
That would be amazing. Especially for those of us who are constantly bombarded with emails and messages.
Yeah, it would free up so much time to focus on the bigger picture.
But are these chatbots really able to understand what customers are asking and give like helpful responses?
Well, OpenAI has been training these language models on tons of data, so they're getting really good at understanding and responding to all sorts of inquiries. They can even handle multiple conversations at once, which is something that would be impossible for a human to do.
Yeah, true.
So it's like having a whole team of virtual customer service agents working 204/7, making sure your customers are always taken care of.
That is a game changer for any business, big or small.
Exactly. And because these AI-powered tools can handle so much of the heavy lifting, it frees you up to focus on what you do best.
Running your business and growing your brand.
Exactly.
This is all incredibly exciting. But OpenAI isn't just about text, right? They've also made some pretty remarkable advancements in image generation and understanding.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They developed this neural network called CLIP,
Yep.
which lets AI connect images and text in a way that's never been possible before.
Neural networks can sound a little intimidating. Can you explain what that means for like someone who's not a tech expert?
Sure. Think of it this way. CLIP uses a kind of brain-inspired approach to learning from massive amounts of data.
Okay.
It's been trained on millions of images and their corresponding text descriptions. So it understands the relationship between what it sees and what it reads.
So it's like teaching AI to see and understand what it's looking at, but also connect that with language.
Yeah, it's like teaching AI to be bilingual but with images and words.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
This ability to connect images and text has huge implications for how we can use AI to improve our businesses.
For sure.
So, like, give us an example. How can a small business owner or freelancer actually put this technology to work?
Okay, so let's say you're a small business owner who just launched their online store.
Okay.
And you've got hundreds of products to upload, each needing descriptions and tags.
Yeah.
CLIP could analyze those product images and automatically generate the right tags, saving you hours of work.
That's incredible. It's like having an AI assistant to categorize and organize your entire inventory.
Exactly. And accurate tagging is super important for making sure your products show up in relevant search results.
Which can make a huge difference in driving traffic to your store.
Yes.
This CLIP thing sounds incredibly useful. I'm already starting to see how these seemingly complex AI concepts can have real benefits for small businesses like mine.
Yeah.
But OpenAI's work with images doesn't stop there, right?
Nope.
They've also developed something called DALL-E,
Yes.
which I've heard some pretty incredible things about.
DALL-E is another example of how OpenAI is really pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
Okay.
It's a powerful tool that can create images from text descriptions, almost like magic.
So you could literally type in something like a cat wearing a top hat riding a unicycle on the moon, and DALL-E would just create an image that matches that description.
That's exactly right. And the level of detail and creativity that DALL-E can achieve is amazing.
This is blowing my mind. I can already see how this would be a game changer for anyone who works with visuals.
Yeah.
From graphic designers to marketers to social media managers.
It's true.
Imagine being able to instantly create custom images for your website, your social media posts, or even your product packaging.
It's like having a personal illustrator on call 24/7.
Wow. It sounds almost too good to be true. What are some real-world examples of how DALL-E is being used by small businesses and freelancers right now?
One area where we're seeing a lot of adoption is in marketing and advertising.
Okay.
Small businesses are using DALL-E to create eye-catching visuals for their social media campaigns or to generate unique images for their website or email marketing.
Interesting.
It allows them to stand out from the competition and create a more visually engaging brand experience.
So it levels the playing field, giving small businesses access to the same kind of high-quality visual content that used to only be available to big corporations.
That's right. And it allows them to be more creative and experimental with their visual content because they can quickly generate and test out different ideas without having to spend a lot of time or money.
This is all incredibly exciting. We've covered OpenAI's groundbreaking work in text and images, but I know they've also been doing some fascinating research in audio. What can you tell us about that?
They've developed this speech recognition system called Whisper.
Whisper.
Yeah, and it's designed to be super accurate and robust. It can transcribe speech with like near human level accuracy, even in noisy environments.
Okay, that sounds impressive. But how could a small business or freelancer actually use that?
Well, imagine you're like a podcaster or a journalist who relies on interviews.
Right.
Instead of spending hours transcribing those interviews manually, you could just use Whisper to do it automatically.
That would save so much time.
Yeah.
Especially for podcasters like me, always trying to get episodes out on time.
Exactly. And because Whisper is so accurate, you're getting a high quality transcript that you can use for like your content.
Makes sense.
Plus, it can transcribe audio from a variety of sources like video files or even voice memos.
So it's a really versatile tool that can help streamline the whole content creation process for anyone working with audio.
Exactly.
It's like having a virtual assistant who can listen and type at the same time.
Precisely. And as OpenAI keeps improving its audio processing capabilities, we can expect to see even more innovative applications coming out.
I'm curious, aside from these specific applications, what's the bigger picture here? What's the overarching theme of OpenAI's work and how it relates to SMEs and freelancers?
Well, I think the key takeaway is that OpenAI is really democratizing access to these incredibly powerful AI tools that were once only available to like huge corporations.
So it's about leveling the playing field and giving small businesses and freelancers the same advantages that the big guys have always had.
Exactly. With these tools, SMEs and freelancers can automate those tedious tasks, generate high-quality content, analyze data, and even create original artwork or music, all with the help of AI.
That's like having a whole team of virtual experts working for you.
That's the idea.
It's incredibly empowering. It allows SMEs and freelancers to be more efficient, more creative, and ultimately more competitive. We've seen how these tools can be used in a variety of contexts, but what are some specific examples of how SMEs and freelancers are already using them to boost their productivity and grow their businesses?
Well, in the content creation space, we're seeing a lot of freelancers, particularly writers, using GPT-3 to generate everything from blog posts and articles to website copy and marketing materials.
Right.
It's a huge time saver and allows them to take on more clients and projects.
It makes sense. Content creation can be a real bottleneck for a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
And having an AI assist with that can free up so much time and energy to focus on other parts of the business.
And it's not just about quantity, it's also about quality. With the right prompting and guidance, GPT-3 can produce surprisingly human-like text that's engaging, informative, and even creative.
So it's not just about churning out generic content. It's about creating content that's tailored to your specific audience and goals.
Yeah.
What about small businesses? How are they using these tools?
Well, one common use case is in customer service. SMEs are using OpenAI's language models to build chatbots that can handle those routine customer inquiries,
Okay.
providing quick and efficient support without the need for a human to step in.
That's a win-win for both the business and the customer. The business saves money on staffing costs, and the customer gets their questions answered quickly and easily.
Hmm.
It's like having an AI-powered assistant who's always available to help your customers no matter what time it is.
Precisely. And because these chatbots are trained on so much data, they can often provide more accurate and helpful responses than a human agent who might not have all the necessary information.
So it's not just about speed and efficiency. It's also about improving the customer experience.
Mhm.
That's something any business can appreciate. What about other areas where OpenAI's tools are making a big impact?
Data analysis is another one. SMEs often have limited resources for data analytics.
Yeah.
But with tools like GPT-3, they can now gain insights from their data that were previously inaccessible. They can use these insights to improve their marketing campaigns, optimize their pricing strategies, and make better business decisions overall.
So it's about empowering small businesses to make smarter decisions based on data, rather than just relying on gut feeling.
Absolutely. And it's not just about crunching numbers and generating reports. GPT-3 can also help SMEs understand the stories behind the data. It can identify patterns and trends, explain the why behind the what, and even generate summaries that are easy for non-technical people to understand.
That's really cool. It's like having an AI data analyst who can not only crunch the numbers, but also translate them into actionable insights.
Yeah.
But we haven't talked much about how these tools can be used for more creative purposes.
Well, that's where tools like DALL-E come in. Freelance designers are using it to generate unique visual concepts and mock-ups based on client descriptions,
Interesting.
speeding up the design process and making collaboration way more efficient.
So instead of spending hours sketching or designing from scratch, they can use AI to generate those initial ideas and then refine them based on feedback. That could be a huge time saver, especially for designers who are working on tight deadlines.
Exactly. And because DALL-E can generate such a wide range of imagery, it can also help designers think outside the box and explore new possibilities.
It's like having an AI muse whispering creative inspiration in your ear.
Hmm.
And it's not just limited to visual arts, right?
You're right. Musicians are using OpenAI's audio tools to experiment with new sounds, generate melodies, and even compose entire pieces of music.
Yeah.
It's really pushing the boundaries of artistic expression.
This is all incredibly exciting. It seems like OpenAI is really empowering people to be more creative and productive no matter what their industry or skill level.
I completely agree. And as these tools become more widely available and easier to use, we can expect to see even more innovative applications emerge in the next few years.
This has been a really insightful conversation. But before we wrap up, I think it's important to acknowledge that there are also potential downsides to consider. What about the ethical implications of using AI in this way?
It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of all these new AI tools.
Yeah,
But we also need to be mindful of how they could impact the workforce, you know?
it's true. It's easy to get swept up in all the cool stuff, but we do need to think about the potential downsides too.
Yeah, like AI is a tool, right?
Right.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
Yeah.
It's up to us humans to make sure that AI is developed and used responsibly and ethically.
So it's about being critical and not just accepting whatever AI gives us. We need to think about how we use these tools in our businesses and lives.
Exactly. We need to have those conversations about AI's impact on society and
Right.
work together to create safeguards to make sure it benefits everyone, not just a few.
That's a really good point.
Mhm.
And it's important to remember that AI is still in its early stages.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There's a lot we still don't know about its long-term implications.
Definitely. That's why it's good to approach AI with some caution.
Right. But at the same time, we don't want to let fear hold us back from exploring its incredible potential.
Yeah,
It has the power to change the world for the better, and it's up to us to make sure that happens.
I agree.
I think it's important for our listeners to come away from this deep dive with a sense of both the potential of OpenAI's work and the need to think about its wider impact.
Definitely. It's an exciting time to be learning about AI, but we need to do it with enthusiasm and a healthy dose of realism.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into OpenAI and what it means for small businesses and freelancers, what's the main thing you want our listeners to remember?
Well, I think the most important thing is that AI isn't just some futuristic fantasy anymore. It's here, it's changing fast, and it has the potential to completely change how we work and live. For small businesses and freelancers, it's a chance to level the playing field, be more productive, and unlock new levels of creativity.
It's about embracing the possibilities, but also knowing the challenges.
Exactly. And it's about staying informed, asking those tough questions, and being a part of shaping the future of AI.
So to our listeners, we leave you with this. What new opportunities do you see for your own business or freelance work with these AI tools becoming more accessible?
How will you use these advancements to shape your own success? Keep exploring OpenAI's work and start imagining the possibilities. The future is ours to create, and with AI on our side, the potential is limitless.
And that's a wrap on our deep dive into OpenAI. Thanks for joining us.